Howdy folks, Tyler here from UCM. Here I am in a hole. Here we go with the ums again. I have got myself into a bit of a predicament with the river. It's running at 400 cumex. That is, if anyone doesn't understand cumex, that's 1,620 cubic litres of water per second. I'm pretty sure I got that right. So it's undredgeable. Well, it's not undredgeable, but it's unsafe to dredge, so I will not. So I'm in a hole, digging around, got the gold bug too, watching a bit of Pioneer Paulie's videos, and he's sort of rekindled and re-sparked the love for the gold bug. Not so good on this river, but I'm in an area where there's a big cut. Up here, and river's right here. I'll take you out there in a minute. And well, I'm just by myself, and I'm trying to see if they left any nuggets behind, which is not likely. This area was worked pretty heavily by the Chinese back in the day, and it was all done by hand. They are pretty methodical. You can tell by the tailings. If you've seen in some of my older videos, you'll see when I drive down, it's almost like a herringbone that's done from a machine, but it's not. It's just precisely stacked as they go. Like they must, you know, as they sluice, they move the box along as they go along the hillside. So now I'll take you out to have a look at the river, and we can see the dredge from the other side. From this side, it's on the other side, and we'll have a look at the flow. That's pretty impressive. But I'll just take you there now. You can see I've just been digging away in here, having a look around. Oh, not the nicest terrain in the world, but see if I can squeeze out through here onto the beach. Crackles. So here we are on the beach. I don't know if you guys can see right up there. Dredge is right across the way, and if you can see that flow of that river, there's some ducks. She's fair hauling. Oh, I didn't notice that. My fuel cans over there are underwater. I don't know if I can zoom in, can I? No, doesn't look like I can zoom in. Well, I can, but I don't know how to do it. Anyway, there's the dredge. She's pretty well banked in there. I got a bit worried there the other day. When it struck 400, I thought I might lose her, but I managed to get down fast enough and put a strop on it and strop it to the willows, and we're doing alright. It's nice to know that my fuel tank's just sitting there. But anyway, I think I'll go up here and have a wee detect, maybe do some panning, show you what it's like to do some get some colour just from on the banks of the river. So this is up, I'm right at the base of the tailing pile. You can see there's some through there, and I'll show you more as I go up, but I thought I'd just show you this. So this river is very, very prone for hot rocks. Very high mineralisation here. Excuse that. I've got this target here. So that's very. I've got it without an audio boost on, so you can hear it sort of whipping past. So now I'll put the boost on. So it's screaming, and I know it's this rock because if I put the iron discrimination on, no noise. And then if I put my boot, yep, she screams. So it allows me to discriminate against the iron oxide, well, the iron ore, I guess it is, magnetite or anything like that. So we'll go back to the audio boost. You can hear it, and if I move this rock, And that's just a typical rock, it's not like anything special, is it? But it's screaming. So it's really rich in iron. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you that. That's what you have to deal with here. I'll see if I can find another one. And that one's sticking out like nothing else, so that one hasn't been moved. Good lift. And I'll click that discrimination on. No noise. So you really have to use your noodle if you're trying to find gold in old tailing piles, because there's a lot of minerals left behind that were useless and still are today. Yeah. So here we are again. Not too far up into the tailings, but you can see a lot of work went on here. They cut this big section out up higher, all the way through here. There's a creek that actually runs down through there. It's dry now. I tried having a look through there, but not so good. So I got a wee target. I thought we'd do a live one, and I have a funny feeling it's not gold. So I'm going to put an audio boost on. Might be a nail, I'm not sure, or a piece of lead, a bit of buckshot or something. But we'll check, put the iron discrimination on. So it's beeping at me, so it's some kind of metal. It's not really iron or hot rocks in the sense. So we'll just pick the target there. There we go. Grab my wee shovel. Some people say it's not so good to be mining in steel caps and things like that, but if you're waving the detector around by your feet, you're a bit of a numpty, really. So it's out of there. Oh yeah, it's in there. So it's in there somewhere. So the discrimination's on now and it's not beeping. So it lied to me, and that happens. Can't quite get the signal right. Let's see what it is. I'm feeling it's a bit of lead. There it is. A little piece of lead. A few people come around here and shoot shotguns, which makes my life bloody hard. But we'll just whip over that. So let's see what that discrimination noise sounds like now over there. So yeah, it's good that it's picking that up, because it's if it was a weak gold flake, then it would be good. So yeah, that's finding a target. Wonder what that's made out of. So I'm up on this bank. Excuse the noise detector. I didn't have my headphones today, so glad I'm a wee bit away from the river. But I'm going to use the detector to find the alluvial from the glacial movement. I can see there's some red staining going on throughout this area, but I'm going to use the detector to locate a hot rock. Oh, so that's a hot rock, which indicates to me that that's quite heavy. Now that to me looks like it's a piece of granite or something that's quite porous. Another piece there, and plus we're under this big rock. Now this big layup here, if I was treating it like the river was up here, like it would have been eons and eons ago, that this would still be treated, yeah, like the river, and should have gold catchment underneath it. So I'm going to scratch away underneath that without it falling on my head, and take it down to the river and see what kind of colour we get. Back down to the river now to do this pan, and there's a sign. We best read it. Faux on bio per bank. Okay. So I've got the material. I'm going to get a messy leg here. Very clay-like, sphagnum-y. Can't really tell if there's much heavies or black sand in it. You have to be really thorough and wash the clay off it. It's definitely glacial layer, so it's a hit and miss. I've done many of these before, not from this area, but many pans of clay glacial material and aggregate, and to no avail, got no gold. So I'm not going to fuss around panning this and filming it. You can see what it's like here. Very muddy. So I'll just finish it up and we'll just see what we got. So here it is at the end, and I'll wash it back. One little piece of gold. So maybe two. So that's not very good. So we won't do that again. What I think we'll do is, from what I've seen here, this area here is a tailing pile as well. So they must have worked the banks as well down here. This being the river I have a claim on, but it's probably all relative. So I'll have a wee dig around in here and we'll see what we get. I'm going to move this out of the way. It's dead, so don't worry. Not this. Oh, yum. That's right in there, eh? Ow. Round two. This stuff was a lot more hard pack. So whether or not it hasn't been moved at all, or it's been compacted down by the weather. Still very dirty. A lot of topsoils and stuff. So. Work on the bread. Don't forget the straight fly. Don't worry, don't. Again. I'm on the outside bend of the, you can tell, if we look up here, you can see I'm on the outside of the bend of the river. So what they were up there mining away at was definitely glacial deposit, glacial alluvial stuff, or what was coming out of that little creek, just because it was in the vicinity, I believe. So they usually say if at first you don't succeed, in my case I'm not going to waste my time. So I'm going to conclude my day rather quickly, well shortly. One, battery's about to die, but I've always wanted to investigate that cut just to have a look. Very far away from water, so makes it hard to do much testing. If I was any good at dry panning and things, that might have been a different situation, but I'm not. So that'll be the end of the day. I had to make a video. It's been some time, and being off the, I have to show you that, that's a stinging needle. Touch that, it'll get you itchy. Real itchy. All the way along. So yeah, I felt like making just a quick video. Any gold mining excursion's a good one. It's always good to get out. I'm a full-time miner now. It's my source of revenue, which isn't much. But I thought I'd give it a go, just for a while, just for the summer, and see how it goes. So if you like the video, do subscribe. Did want to make this video sort of a shout out to Pioneer Paulie. Love his videos, check him out. He's definitely getting to be a bit of a whiz on the bug, from what I can tell. He's pulling a lot more nuggets than I do, that's for sure. So check him out, and yeah, as I said, like and subscribe. Try to enjoy the videos for what they are. Toodles.